Welcome to Movement and Function. I'm Beth Wagner. In today's video, I'm going to show you my 7 best exercises to treat stenosis in the cervical spine, which is this area here in your neck. Stenosis refers to narrowing of the canals where your spinal cord and your nerves run within the spinal column and where they exit the spinal column. Nerves can become squeezed or compressed in those tight spaces. The best thing we can do from an exercise or movement standpoint is to try to open those tight spaces and to keep the spaces around that area as open as possible. The first thing we're going to do, the first exercise, is a posture correction. Sitting in a supportive chair, start at your base and make sure that your pelvis is neutral so your hips aren't tipped too far forward or slouched back, but right in the middle. From there, coming up your trunk, relax your shoulder blades down and back and lift your chest. Think of a string being attached to the top of your head that's gently pulling up to help you be as tall as possible. Once your shoulder blades are down and back, nice and relaxed, do a little bit of a chin tuck, pulling your chin straight back. Now with stenosis, sometimes this chin tuck straight back can be a little uncomfortable or painful. So you might need to add a little bit of a nod to this, bringing your chin down toward your chest just a little bit to take a little of the pressure off in the region where there is stenosis. Okay, so from this tall posture, we'll start in with the stretches. Number 2 is shoulder blade squeeze. So we'll squeeze the shoulder blades down and back and rest. Squeeze down and back and rest. Repeat 10 times with smooth, fluid motion. The next stretch is a thoracic extension stretch. This stretch aims to stretch the region in your mid-back. The more flexibility you have in your thoracic spine, in your mid-back, then the less stress and strain there is on the neck. We'll bring your hands up behind your head. If that's uncomfortable, you could also do this with your arms crossed here. So hands up behind your head here, elbows forward or out to the side, wherever they're comfortable. And now again with that string on the top of your head pulling up as tall as you can get, you want to lace the fingers underneath the base of your skull here, just like that. And as you pull up, you're going to tip back. So think of stretching or bending through the upper and mid back. And repeat 10 times. Just go back as far as you feel comfortable, pause, and then return to the starting position. If you feel any pain or discomfort in your neck, then really try to pull up with the base of your hand underneath the occiput or the base of your skull. So you're trying to pull your head up as you lean back. If you still feel some discomfort, try to just keep your chin tucked a little bit like this and continue that movement. Okay, so continue as best as you can. Shoot for 10 repetitions. The next one is a doorway pec stretch. You can do this one along a doorway or just sitting here comfortably. I'll show you in this position. Starting with tall posture, lift one arm up so your elbow is just about at shoulder level or a little bit below. Your elbow at about 90 degrees. And now try to pull your elbow and your arm back. You should feel a comfortable stretch through the front of your chest and into the front of your arm here. Pause for 15 to 20 seconds and then lower and repeat on the other side. Lift your arm up, pull your elbow and forearm back, and focus on feeling the stretch through the pec and the front of the shoulder and arm. If you start to get numb or tingly before 15 or 20 seconds, then lower your arm right away. Repeat 3 times on both sides. Now, depending on the width of your doorway, you might also be able to do both arms at the same time by bringing your forearms up into the doorway and simply stepping forward so that you feel the stretch through both sides of your chest and front of your shoulders at the same time. And relax. The last 3 are focused on neck motion itself. The first one is flexion. This one tends to be very comfortable for people with stenosis. This typically is the position of relief. Starting with tall posture, lower your chin down to your chest. And come back up. You could hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds or as long as it feels comfortable. The next neck stretch is side bending. Starting with tall posture, Bring one ear over to your shoulder. Hold for 5 seconds. Come back up and repeat on the other side. Hold for 5 seconds and return to the center. If that's painful, you could try a couple modifications. The first is simply to not go so far and not hold the position for so long. If you need to do just a small side bend with just a pause and no hold back and forth, that's a great place to start. Another modification is to do a little bit of a chin tuck first and then the side bend like this. The last stretch for today is neck rotation. Starting with good posture, a little bit of a chin tuck, and nod, and turn to look over one shoulder, come back to the center, and turn to the other side. Pause, and come back to the center. And repeat that 5 times on each side. I suggest starting these exercises once a day. If they feel comfortable for you and it feels like they're doing a good job of relieving your pain, go ahead and add in a second set for the day. On the other hand, if it feels like it's a bit provocative or irritating for you, back off. Stick to just once a day and try just a couple repetitions of each of these exercises. As your body loosens up and feels more comfortable with that movement, you could increase the repetitions and then add in the second set for the day. I hope you find these 7 exercises helpful for decreasing pain and other symptoms in your neck due to stenosis. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you liked this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and it's always great to see a thumbs up. Here's to your healing, health, and happiness. Have a fantastic day.